Hey guys, it's Jason here and welcome to another video. So guys, this is going to start the Arrma Kraton build. As you can see, I removed the rear end of the truck because what I think I'm going to do is kind of build, kind of work on basically the rear end, the front end, and then the chassis itself, kind of in stages, just so I don't get kind of confused with all the parts and misplaced screws or anything like that. So basically I'm going to start with the rear. And so basically, guys, this is going to be the hot racing diff case, the RPM rear arms, the JBIRC RC shock tower, the RPM wing mounts, the hot racing rear axle carriers. I think that's it. I don't think I forgot anything. But yeah, I'm going to start with that. As you can see, guys, there's a ton of grease up there, which is a good thing. But yeah, I'm going to start with that first. I think, like I said, I'm just going to assemble, get that whole rear assembly kind of built. I'll have that done. Then I'll come to the truck, maybe start removing everything basically, like the ESC, the motor, the battery, tray, receiver mount, servo, all that kind of stuff. And I'll start kind of then going to the new chassis and start putting that stuff in, you know, I'll put the rear assembly in, like the rear end of the truck, and then kind of go to the front. And that way we'll just kind of see it kind of all, you know, take shape. And again, guys, like I mentioned in another video, I'm not going to be doing, you know, a video capturing me working on parts, just because that takes too long. It's not a whole lot of fun. But basically, if you're watching this video, it'll be taking place over, obviously, a few days, maybe even a few weeks, who knows. But it won't feel that way for you because I'm going to stop talking now and you're going to see something awesome in a couple seconds. All right, guys, so not very awesome, but as you can see, we've started kind of getting some of the parts in. We got the RPM arms and the hot racing diff housing. But I thought I would take this time just to show you guys something when it comes to the RPM arms. As you can see, you have to, right there on the arm, you have to kind of Dremel some of the plastic away. I'm going to see if I can do this at the window. You see there, you can see like a little gap in there, but give me a second here. If we move over to the other one, there's no gap. Right there, no gap. Little gap. And that's just because, guys, I Dremeled it away. As you can even just tell by just the arms. So one arm's kind of staying, the other one falls down. That's just because the RPM arms are just so much more beefier that, unfortunately, and I don't know if it's just maybe with the HR diff housing or not, if that's the case, but they just kind of rubbed a bit on the case. So I just, like I said, I Dremeled away a little bit of plastic on that one. I still got to do the other side just to kind of free up the arms a little bit. But yeah, guys, it's moving along slowly. I had to find, this was the diff housing that came out of that used Kraton, and once I open the new one I'll have to see, but he had the wrong screws in there. They were too long, and the ones right in here where the hinge pin retainers are, I don't know what these are called, but yeah, the screws were too long. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna keep rolling with this. So this is where we are now, guys. Basically the whole rear end is done. So the JBIRC RC shock tower, the hot racing diff housing, the RPM arms, the hot racing axle carriers, the RPM wing mounts. I've installed a motor mount, center diff, and the ESC has one screw kind of just holding it in there right now. So this is where I'm at now, guys, and it's, you know, I've mentioned that it's going to be kind of a slow build. This is probably going to end this video. Oh, and I've got the rear hot racing brace in there as well. This is going to end this video, or at least this part of it, just because I'm going to hopefully do one more video, which will basically be kind of finishing it off. You know, guys, I want to ask kind of some opinions here, because I'm looking to hopefully at some point in the next little bit upgrade the motor and the speed control. But this truck is not meant to be, and it's not going to be, a race truck. I'm not looking for the fastest truck. That has nothing to do with this build whatsoever. Everything, guys, I've done in this build, besides the odd hot racing part that maybe doesn't need to be there, you know, was to build a good basher. something that I can take out and jump 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 and just have fun and look good doing it. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, the dispatched RC chassis and their shock towers and stuff and the hot racing parts look amazing. But they're there for a reason. I wanted to build something that was, you know, kind of a tank. But because I've done the weight now, you know, I want to kind of just make up for that. Again, I'm not looking for a super fast truck. That's not the point of this thing. It's just something that I can have a lot of fun with and that can take some abuse. So pretty much I'm just kind of looking to compensate for the weight. The motor's a 2050 kV. I know I was thinking of, and I mean, again, guys, I'm hopefully, you know, I can get some comments, get some opinions on this. Castle has their 1800 kV system, their censored system I was looking at. And I was looking at possibly a Max 8 with maybe a slightly lower turn motor as well. I think they have a 1900 kV and a 1700 kV. I want to continue running 6S. Nothing crazy. I'm not looking for an 8S or a 10S build or anything like that. I like I said, guys, I also want something that's going to be reliable. And that's why all the parts that I've done are based on just building something that's reliable. I do not want to be blowing diffs. I'm still going to do some stuff with the diffs, guys. I'm still going to, you know, change out the fluid, go with a slightly thicker fluid. I'm going to do the actual diff housing, or not the diff housing, the diff carriers, whatever you want to call them, the aluminum ones to get rid of the plastic. So there's still stuff, guys, I'm going to do. But like I said, kind of asking your guys' opinion, what you guys think would be a nice upgrade. And people maybe that have some experience with, you know, adding these type of mods and adding, you know, weight to their rigs, what they did. You know, I even, honestly, guys, at this point, I've thought of just maybe dropping a tooth on the pinion and kind of going from there and just see what I think of it. But yeah, guys, if you have an opinion, you know, or you've done something like this and you can, you know, help me shed some light on it, you know, upgrading to a Max 8 or possibly even a Max 6, will it help? Will it just provide a little bit more power to the motor I have now? Whatever you guys think, like I said, I look forward to kind of reading your comments because I definitely need a hand with this. This is what's left that I still got to keep working on. Obviously, you know, I've got all the brace, the diff housing, the front axle carriers, the steering knuckles, servo mount, front shock tower, RPM arms. Over there by my chips is the servo. So I've got to do all that, and it's unfortunate that I can't do some of the parts like inside the diff and stuff that I want to do. Again, I don't have the money. This obviously there's nothing on here I'll be using. This is pretty much just going to be kind of a spare for something. But yeah, guys, that's where I'm at right now. Like I said, the next video will probably be kind of finishing it up. I'll probably, you know, have a couple of different, you know, parts of the video kind of showing, you know, basically the front end kind of coming together and all that kind of stuff, just so you guys can see it, you know, kind of play by play. You'll see the shock tower on, you'll see the RPM arms and stuff like that, and adding the axle carriers and all that kind of fun stuff, the servo mount. But yeah, that's where I'm at, guys. There's the stock chassis in its brand new fashion, and yeah, there it is compared to the I don't know if I can do a good shot of this, but kind of hard to do. I don't know. You guys can see it's definitely a lot smaller. Yeah, I still can. I don't feel like taking those parts off. But anyways, guys, there definitely is a huge difference. It's going to be an awesome improvement. What I want to do now, though, guys, is take just maybe a minute or so to kind of tell you guys what happened. I'm missing something from right here. This is where the 5T was. I decided, guys, I just did not want to deal with it. I just didn't feel like it. I have my Kraken, not to be confused with the Kraton, and I don't drive that very often. So to have a second fifth, I didn't care. So funny thing is that the guy I traded that to, I had also sold a LST 3XL E2 a while ago, and it doesn't seem like he used it all that much. He did the T-Bone racing parts. I threw those MX-38s on there. Right now, the Revo actually has the Kraton wheels and tires, which looks absolutely awesome, which kind of leads me to now have to figure out another rim and tire for the Kraton, which I'm going to ask your guys' opinion again. Guys, what do you think of this? Because I got those blue rims with the LST, those are the stock wheels and tires, I kind of threw them on the truck, more so with the unbreakable body, just because the unbreakable body is so flat because of the gray. I wanted to see what the blue was like, which I will put on in a second. But I also threw this body on and I thought, that looks wicked. Maybe not so much the tires, just the blue rims, I think just really set it off. And I'm not usually one to, you know, clash the colors, if that makes any sense, you know, the slightly two different shades of blue, but I don't care. I think this looks wicked. These rims are bigger than your average 3.8s. I think they're close to like 4 inches. So I think I could still kind of pull a tire over them. But yeah, I think, guys, that just looks wicked. I'll take that off. Tuck those down a little bit. Grab the unbreakable. Tuck that under there. And again, guys, obviously this isn't mounted up or anything like that. But again, just, you know, giving this, you know, that body, obviously I'm going to, guys, have a couple of decals and all that kind of stuff. But I definitely think the blue, again, kind of just helps it, you know, kind of makes it pop a little bit more. Yeah, I think that's kind of cool. I'm definitely thinking that might be an avenue that I have to kind of, you know, I might head down, see if I can figure out something in some way to use these blue wheels, or I might even just get a set and go from there and see what I can do. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. That's going to end this video. Like I said, I'm probably only going to do one more video. It'll have a few different I don't know, whatever you want to call them, cuts. I don't know. I'm not a video guy. But you'll be able to see, you know, kind of progress with the truck and stuff like that. You know, just, you won't see completely finished right off the bat, but you will near the end of the video. But yeah, guys, here's where I'm at right now. It's definitely been a lot of fun. There's been no major issues and stuff like that. You know, a couple of screws, you know, Loctite and stuff like that, the usual. But hey, heat them up, get them out. It's good to go. And like I said, guys, I'll be doing obviously some footage coming up of the LST. You know, it needs a little bit of love too. Stock servos and these things suck. But I really like, you know, when I got rid of this truck, I think, again, I was aiming for something else. And, you know, when I got it back, I'm pretty happy, guys. A lot of people think, hey, you know, maybe for the 5T that wasn't the best deal, but this was my old truck. You know, the body itself, guys, is in pretty good shape. And I don't, you know, I honestly don't know if he really drove it that much, especially since the T-Bone racing parts look the way they do. They don't really look all that bad. So I'm kind of happy to have this truck back. Like I said, there's going to be a few videos on it and a few mod videos and stuff I'm going to do. But anyways, guys, have a great night. Thanks for watching.